Hi guys, welcome. This time is gonna be my final review for The Last of Us, a game on PS3 by Naughty Dogs. I just finished playing it, and I did a preliminary review by playing, one fourth quarter of it, and that was my preliminary review. Now I finished it just now. I've been playing incrementally. I don't play straight off because I think my first review I'd say it's too depressing and too tired to play. Um, just go play throughout. It's just too depressing and too challenging lah. I mean, it's just a very intense game, and I finally won the game. And this is my review. I love the game. I think this is one. It has become uh, on the PS3. It's become my number one game. It has replaced Uncharted 2 on the top spot, and I just love the ending. I just finished it, and it's very satisfying emotionally. I mean, I love the ending. The ending will make this game okay. The ending level, the last level that you play that I played made this game number one on my list simply because it's so emotionally charged. It, it has so much more weight and depth into the game to the game, and but there are similarities. I have to say this because it has similarities to one of my other favorite game of all time. Almost on the list is the Walking Dead game by Telltale Games. It has the same kind of premise where you take care of a little girl, uh, but it's a point and click adventure game. It's less action packed than The Last of Us, but it's more emotionally charged. It's more emotionally weight. There's more emotional weight there, and if the similarities is there. If I had the same vibe when I finished The Walking Dead, this game also gave me the same vibe. I mean, not as deep as Walking Dead, but yeah, it hits me where it hits me in the right place. So I really appreciate that in terms of storyline, in terms of action, in terms of graphic. I mean, I've gone through all the superficial stuff. This review is just about the ending and what I think of the game overall. It has replaced Dead Space completely. I mean, I Dead Space can't put a finger to this. I mean, in terms of survival horror, can't. This game is so intense, more intense, and then you get the emotional payback at the end. Dead Space is out. I'm looking at my stack of games. Resident Evil is out. Resident Evil completely becomes like a shallow work, and so did Dead Space. Dead Space became just a shallow thing. It doesn't have any emotional resonance like The Last of Us. So it is a worthy buy. I've gone through the superficial stuff. It looks great, amazing. I have to say I love the character design of Ellie, the girl. She looks like Ellen Page, and it's just you're like watching a movie. And I prefer this over Uncharted because believe it or not, it's more easier to get into than Uncharted. Uncharted has a lot of puzzles, and I'm not that smart. I have to be honest. I don't want. I play the games. I play games not to think about puzzles. So it wasn't my cup of tea. But yeah, this game is really is so much better. It's so accessible, at the same time it's so intense, it's so dark and gritty, and it tests everything. I mean, uh, what can I say? They did a good job. Naughty Dogs did a good job. I forget about Uncharted 3. I still keep Uncharted 2 close to my heart because Uncharted 2 started this kind of revolution, where they have the emotional character designs well thought of, in this game, and also Uncharted 2. Uh, the second game, Uncharted 2, now falls into number 2, and number 3, of course, falls into Tomb Raider, the reboot. If you've seen my review, I can say it's quite good. All of these three games have uh, two similarities. One is the character design. Character design is very realistic. Lara Croft was drawn very realistic. Ellie is drawn very realistic. Joel is drawn very realistic. Very realistic approach to the characters. All three games, kudos. Um, and then another similarity is they have, like I said, emotional weight. They have emotional weight to the story. Uh, Tomb Raider has it. This has it. Like, again, I have to say, Walking Dead, one of the best game of 2012, has it. Hopefully game developers learn about that. You don't need fancy graphic as long as the story has emotional resonance or emotional weight, and that's what made this Last of Us very very superb. When I play it again, the replayability factor. I finished it. They offer the Game Plus section. I don't know if I want to play it again immediately because it's so, like I said, so draining. In the dark part, it's so dark, it's so draining, and so tough. It's so scary also. And a lot of that. And I just want to chill down with the ending. It's not it's not perfect ending. It's a realistic ending that I like. I would do the same thing as Joel did. I'm gonna do the spoiler here. So if you haven't played the game, you don't want to know the ending, you can just stop the video. But I'm gonna do the ending anyway, the spoiler. If you read, I mean, they reported a lot in the magazines anyway, online reviews and stuff. Anyway, the ending. Well, the story starts with you as a smuggler. You're Joel. You're trying to smuggle Ellie to Firefly, a group that they so-called trying to find a cure for the virus. But the ending, it turns out they have to kill Ellie. They have to lobotomize her to get her brain sample to find a cure. So there was a moral struggle there. Whether is it to sacrifice the girl? Is it right to sacrifice the girl for the benefit of many, and or otherwise? And I choose otherwise. I choose the game decision, which is Joel's decision, which is no. It's not right. It's not right. Um, it's not right. I mean, if I have a daughter and I would protect her, I would do the same thing what Joel did. And I think at that level, Joel, at that time, at that point of time, Joel has embraced the fact that embraced Ellie as his surrogate daughter, and no way. I agree completely with the ending, and I think it's just made the game give a closure to the game, give a closure to the gamer. I feel at peace. I feel okay about it. It's still numbing. It's still It's still a very somber ending, but it's a positive ending. I think because the experiment they're gonna do on Ellie, on her brain and killing her. There's a 50-50 chance it's not gonna work, and so there. A superb game. I still stand by my early score, 10 out of 10. Sorry, 9 IGN gave it 10 over 10. Because of that, I gave it 9.8 over 10, and I still stand by it. So and it's still good regardless of the score. It's still worth it. Number one on the PS3 list. Number second is Uncharted 2. Number three is Tomb Raider. Dead Space and Resident Evil, all of them get out of my list. Seriously, this is the game. I could say this is the game of the year, but it's too early, right? Um, just for your info, the most fantastic game, that number one game of all time for me is still Walking Dead. Then it's gonna be Last of Us. Walking Dead, the by Telltale game, which is a RPG. Click and point and click adventure, is still more superb than this. But it's quite a good effort for our PS3. Quite a good effort, man. It has a lot of heart. It has a lot of soul. So that's my review, my final review for The Last of Us. Superb game. Thank you for watching, guys.